It's the final percent. The final percent.
All right, we are back for a late night edition of the Final Percent podcast. And, you know, I'm doing this crazy thing called I'm going to release a podcast every single day until my conference, September 26th, September 25th, and September 24th, if you get the VIP ticket. It's going to be something that I think is going to be a very transformative experience, and it's going to tie into and touch on some things that I want to talk about tonight. Do you actually realize when you are at the right place at the right time? I've already said the story many times about how a quote-unquote conference changed my life. I went to the 10X and I went there for business skills. I left wanting to be a speaker, this crazy magical journey that I've been on. I did not sign up for. But the thing is you have to be aware enough if you are at the right place at the right time. This is something that my dad harped on when I was a young kid. This is something that he talked about so many times. Do you recognize when you're at the right place at the right time? And so I'm going to take you quickly through what I talk about as the 4 quadrants of your Qs, if you will, the 4 Qs. So you have your IQ. The IQ is maybe the least important. You have your EQ. Everyone's kind of obsessed with this one right now. They're really obsessed with the EQ, emotional quotient, this, that, and the other. It's great. It is more important than the IQ, but when we dive just a little bit deeper, there's a WQ. The WQ is the wisdom quotient. That is your ability to assess the present, to analyze the past so that you can accurately predict the future. That gives you wisdom so that you can move through life, make better decisions, choose better paths. Don't play the, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda game. But the next one is maybe the most important one of all. And that is your awareness quotient. That is you being able to be aware because you have enough intellect, because you have enough empathy or emotion, because you have enough wisdom so that you can actually understand and be aware when you are at the right place at the right time so that you can take advantage of it. So that you never have to play the shoulda, coulda, woulda game. It's incredibly important to dive in to this kind of psychology because if we take a little bit of a trip down that rabbit hole, you're going to realize, you're going to start to understand that you are always at the right place at the right time. So what I want to talk about with you tonight is, and I do say tonight, I said, hey, I'm going to do one every single day. It is 9:38 as it sits right now, and I'm at the right place at the right time. Why? Because I am finishing our album about inspiration and motivation with my pregnant wife, who's actually sitting in this room. Yell hi, babe. And I stopped the session. I said, hey, I've got to follow through on this. Got to go the final percent. But the thing is I got to realize, like, look at this. How incredible is this? I'm doing music with my incredible wife. Not because we have to. Yes, we have a deadline. Yes, we have to get this music done. Yes, we quote unquote have to meet the deadline, have to do it. But boy, do we get to do it. Looking at her smile, looking at, my child growing in there and him hearing us sing, him hearing us laugh, him hearing us create. That's dope. And all of a sudden it struck me, oh my gosh, I'm at the right place at the right time. And this is one of those moments that I'm going to remember forever. How many times do you walk through life and you remember something super awesome that was happening? And you went, oh my gosh, if I would have only known how important that moment was to my entire existence. That little moment that I thought was so innocent changed my entire trajectory. Me meeting who ended up being my best man, Austin, he introduced me to my wife. him coming over, him hanging out with me, that started the chain of events that helped me meet my best friend. That's incredible, right? But no, it goes back even further. Him having the idea to go to DU, him having the idea to say, hey, I'm going to go to DU for golf and I'm going to choose that school. And then you can go back even further. You know, all of these, everything's happening exactly the way that it's supposed to. And instead of wishing we were somewhere else, someone else, or at a different time, we need to start recognizing how important right now is. And recognize how incredible what we have, in most cases, sitting right next to us. And as I was moving through tonight, and as I was creating with my wife, I'm creating a song. But what else am I creating? Am I creating a song that maybe saves a life someday? Maybe in 10 years, maybe after I'm dead. One of these songs could change a future generation's life. What am I creating? What are you creating? And you have to realize that every moment matters. Don't wish that you could go back and change it, because you wouldn't be who you are today. Don't wish that you were someone else, somewhere else. Oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, and you start shoulding all over yourself. Don't do that. Start recognizing that if you raise your awareness, you are going to truly always be at the right place, at the right time, and you're going to be able to take advantage of an existence that is truly a gift. There's a reason that it's called the present, because it's a gift, right? I know that is something that maybe grandma might say, but it's true. Start being appreciative of who you are, who other people are, the good and bad. Remember, at the very top of a mountain, everyone wants to go to the top. Everyone wants to go up there. That's where you get perspective, because remember, there's no growth up there. I want you to Google mountains right now. I want you to Google them and recognize that there is no growth up there. But now I want you to tell me what's at the base of that mountain. So when you're in the valley of life, instead of saying, oh man, I'm in a dark spot, I'm going through some lows. No, you're growing. No matter how bad it is, you're growing. You're growing into somebody who is going to be able to pull that somebody through. You're getting stronger. You're getting wiser. But instead of wallowing, instead of what I call getting into the plum party, get into So just so you know, plum party stands for poor little old me. Don't get into that pity party. Get off of it. Recognize, you've got this gift, and start being aware of what's happening. There's a reason they say don't let life pass you by. And one of the things that I want to, I'll end here. Remember that if it's easy to do, it's also easy not to do. Now think about what that means. If it's easy to tell your wife that you love her, it's also easy not to. If it's easy to eat an apple a day to keep the doctor away, this is something that Jim Rohn said. If it's easy to eat an apple a day to keep the doctor away, it's equally as easy to eat a Snicker bar a day, but that does not keep the doctor away. If it's easy to do, it's also easy not to do. So we're blessed with this thing called the present all the time. It's always happening right now. We're blessed. But if it's easy to show appreciation, you can just choose. Oh, wow, I'm really thankful for this. I'm thankful for these people. It's also just as easy to say you're going to tell them tomorrow, and maybe that doesn't come. So understand that your awareness of who you truly are, that person inside of you, the what we call the X potential leads to an exponential existence. Your X potential is like Clark Kent walking around, not allowing himself to use his superpowers because he's scared to get judged. He's scared that when that person gets shoved off of the building and he's falling down and and they're coming down and he goes, "Oh my gosh, I got to save them before they go splat." But I'm not going to, because he knows that if he saves them right before they go splat, the person is going to try to sue him and say, "Why didn't you save me sooner?" Every one of us has superpowers inside of us, and if we become aware of them, we start getting scared. It's kind of like in that movie with Spider-Man, when the uncle is looking at him, he says, "With great power comes great responsibility." The problem is we've got greatness inside of us, and we're scared to use it because we know we're going to have to be responsible. And we don't want that kind of responsibility. We don't want to use our superpowers. We don't want to save people because we're scared of being judged. I want you to be aware enough to recognize that if it was put inside of you as one of your gifts, gifts were meant to be given. Gifts were meant to be shown. Gifts are meant to be used. They are not for you. They are for everyone else. So make a difference today and become aware of all of those thoughts, of all of those things that God placed deep down inside of you, and He's waiting for you to take action on. He's waiting for you to have faith in you. Now, I'm not trying to get religious, but you know, even if you are not religious, you know you have something inside of you that you're scared to show everyone. It's time to take those glasses off, Clark Kent, and it's time to fly. It's time to save. It's time to run out and do something so that you can show the world who you really are. Take the next step and truly be aware of what's possible. So with that being said, I'm going to get back to this session because I am aware I've got this beautiful, amazing, pregnant wife that is sitting on the couch behind me, probably saying, "Hey man, let's hurry this up." But here's the thing. I'm going to get back to that because I know that I am at the right place at the right time, and I'm aware enough to say that. But I was also aware enough to go, "Hey, it's not midnight yet. I said I was going to do a podcast today. I have got to come through. I got to use one of my superpowers, which is a little bit of the gift of gab." And you know, I always tell people, I don't write any of these things down. I don't have any, scripts. I feel like I'm a conduit of the experiences that I've gone through and some sort of connection to a higher power that hopefully helps somebody out there. So take action on that X potential that you have inside of you. Raise your awareness, and you are truly going to realize that you are always at the right place at the right time. Thank you. This has been The Final Percent.
It's the final percent. The final percent.